Hello and welcome to episode number 10. This is the continuation of a previous episode with rat sewing. I had to make it in two parts because I don't have the skill to cut a few hours of footage into 15 minutes video. And I didn't have the time to make it all in 1 week. This time I wanted to make my rat toy some clothes and accessories. At first I thought I would make some kind of a wizard like Harry Potter vibe, but I thought that Hobbit would be better. I love Lord of the Rings, I've read the books, I've watched movies like a million times, and I loved Hobbit as well. So I thought my rat Hobbit definitely should have a cloak, belt with accessories, some kind of a hat, and a vest. Let's start with the cloak. I wanted to be a leaf shape because I thought it would be natural for a rat to use a leaf as a cloak, especially a hobbit rat. So I'm making this with 2 layers of cotton fabric, sewing them together and then flipping to the right side. Next I am making a stitch along the edge to make it more flat. Now I will make those veins that leaves have. I chose this golden button and measuring it on the fabric and then making a hole and securing the edges with thread. It fits perfectly. Now the vest. It's more difficult, but I have some experience in sewing clothes. But I am not an expert, to be sure. Maybe someday, when I will be a real YouTuber and I will have a real studio, I will show you some of my clothes sewing skills, but now I don't have enough space. I'm sorry. I made a pattern by outlining Rat's torso. In this moment, I didn't know that it will be too small, but I will show you the techniques anyway. I cut all the pieces from two types of fabric. Remember about the seam allowance. Green velvet is the outside layer of my vest and the cream cotton is the lining. First sewing the shoulders, right side to right side. Next step is sewing both layers right side to right side. Now I'm sewing both sides underneath the armpits, same both fabrics. Sewing along the edge to make it flat. And now I'm covering the lower edge with this thin strip of fabric that I first ironed in half. I'm sorry, but I have no idea what is the name of this strip thing. In Polish is lamówka. Maybe some of you know and let me know in the comments. I secured the edges with glue so they won't fry. This is a very narrow strip, so it will fry for sure. This edge is not perfect, but my rat don't mind. And this is the moment I realized that the vest is too small, so I made a bigger one using the same technique. That's better. I have to find something for the buttons, like those golden beads. But wait, what's this? Miniature metal frames? They are used for fingernails decorations? They are perfect for a belt buckle? Sewing those tiny snaps with golden buttons already attached. Now it's time for the belt. At first I wanted to make a backpack, but it will be hard to put it on his shoulders with the cloak on, so I've decided that the belt will be better. I glued a piece of a metal pin to this metal frame to create the buckle, and it worked perfectly. On the back of this leather strip, I made a few holes to sew it out later. I am making a spoon with polymer clay because every hobbit needs a spoon. Now I will make a cup with a piece of paper and a piece of wire. the magic happen. Painting it one layer, two layers of white paint, and then orange. Because I thought that my rat is giving me some autumn vibes, and orange is most autumn color for me. Now I wanted to make a sack. I am making a water drop shape out of aluminum foil and gluing the fabric. Then I am adding some thread, cutting the excess of fabric, and with some glue I am shaping it like the sack opening is hanging down with gravity, if you know what I mean. I found this jar on the floor in my house, and I think I want to make a healing potion. It has to be red, like every healing potion. I am using a bit of UV resin, red dye, and a pinch of mica powder. painting the spoon after baking. I'm making it wooden, of course. I have this leftover leather strip and I am adding the smallest rivet I could find in my stash. And that is how the belt is looking. I must say, I like it a lot. The last piece of today's episode, I wanted to look like a pine cone, and I made it with the felt and thin wires inside. I wanted every scale to be bendable. All cut out, and now let's make some magic. And that's how it came out. I regret using hot glue, but it's too late for change. It's just another lesson, I guess, for future projects like this. And this is the finished look of a Hobbit rat companion. What do you think? I am not 100% proud of it. But still, I made it in a few hours that are my only free time during the week. So I guess I am proud of it. If you like crafting content like this, please subscribe and see you next week with something creepy this time.